Hey everyone, it's Brian here. Today I'm coming on for week 4, which is the final week of Brian Prosper's 2021 collab, hosted by Neldis Crafts, Rareru Crafts, and Young's Paper Creations. You can also find all of the collaborators links in the description box below this video. It's below the video, either if you're on a laptop or a desktop or on a tablet or smartphone. It's below the video. Just go on and check out everybody in today's collaboration, and just leave them a comment, and that's what you need to do. But what we're going to make today is a scrap board. Not just any scrap board, but we're going to use our scraps for this. In fact, I think the only two things I'm not using are scraps per se are the background paper and the chipboard, which you could easily use for scraps, but for illustrative purposes I'm just going to be cutting these for you, and I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. Okay, so what we're going to make is a 5x8, and this will fit in one of those nice fit in very nicely in one of those flat 6x9 mailer envelopes that I send out Happy Mail in usually. Now, I've shown them on here before, but we're going to start this out by cutting it 8 inches and then turning it 90 degrees and cutting it at 5 inches. So, if you use a whole piece of 8.5 by 11 chipboard, you can get 2 out of this, which is awesome in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one down as well. Okay, so as lots of y'all already know, as everybody already knows, Easter is coming up soon, and I wanted to do a little something for my niece for her first Easter, so I thought today's project would be perfect inspiration for that, and also to show y'all how to make a cool little scrap board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I know it's a plain background, but we're going to do something with it in just a moment. So we want to cut it down to, let's see, 6 inches this way. In other words, we want the two sides to be an inch larger. So this is 5 by 8 inches. We're going to want 6 by 9 inches, in other words. So we're going to do that real quick. Cut along the 8.5 inch side on this one at 6 inches. And then cut along the 11 inch side at 9 inches. And that should give us a nice 1 inch around all. Actually, it'll give us half an inch around all 4 sides. I'll show you how to do this real quick. Matter of fact, we'll do that right now. We're going to go ahead and bring out the scoreboard, and we're going to score at 1/2 an inch on all 4 sides. So we want 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. And then before we do anything else, we're just going to miter off these corners with the finger blade. Well, I tell you what, we're going to actually put this down first. I think that'll probably be better. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue stick on the chipboard. gotta get that little bit of glue stick off the desk. And I'm gonna go ahead and just lay this down like so. There we go. That's laid down. So we're gonna get the scraper, Cricut scraper or a bone folder or something at least. And we're gonna go ahead and just burnish this down really well. And you burnish this down as well as possible before continuing on. You could also lay some double-sided tape on this if you wanted to, or just use some wet adhesive, or if you have an ATG tape runner, you could use that as well. But I think that's down enough for now. So what we're going to do now is miter off these corners. Gotta get that little bit of stuff off the blade. And then we're going to go ahead and just toss. Well, actually, we don't need to toss these. We're going to actually use these. We're going to glue these down real quick, just in case, because I may or may not put a backing on this right away. In fact, I probably won't be. Go ahead and put these on. Almost forgot to do that. Okay, so we got the four corners that we just mitered off. We put them on the edges here on the back. And I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to get some double-sided tape. And put that along the edges. Gonna do this on all four sides. Now I'm just going to simplify this design by not putting anything on the back, but you certainly can put some on the back. As a matter of fact, if you were to put some on the back, you'd want to cut the piece of cardstock slightly smaller than the piece that you have here, which I probably will actually do after all, just to show y'all how to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to make sure that's good. Go ahead and put a little thin bead of glue on here. Press down. It's not going to be exact. It's not going to be, you know, perfect by any means. But that's how you do that. And so you can see I messed up a little bit there by letting that go a little too far back. But I fixed it, I think. Nobody should be able to see the difference. And if I had mentioned it already, you can definitely use some pattern papers from your scraps if you wanted to. But I just decided to use a solid piece because I'm going to show you all a little something in a minute. A little something I think is kind of neat. See, good thing I did put those mitered edges. I'll glue them on here because I didn't do that great of a job with mitering. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to find a piece of cardstock to go on here. And I'm just going to make that a plain white cardstock, I guess. What we're going to want to do for this one is cut it down to, let's see, this is 5 by 8, so we're going to cut it down to 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. So 7 3/4, and put that first. And then we're going to cut down 4 3/4. We'll leave 1/4 inch off of the original measurement for the back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do like so. We're going to put it on like that. I'm going to go ahead and just put some glue stick on this. And put this on. I'll go ahead and get my scraper here. And just burnish it down. You can also do this with the bone folder like I did earlier. And you could, now, like I said earlier, I'm going to use this probably as a scrapboard for my niece's first Easter. Well, you can write on the back here, you know, what's going on in the picture or whatever that you wish to put on here. So that's why I wanted to put the plain white cardstock on here, so I could write information on the back, like, you know, where the picture was taken, when, and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this off real quick. I cannot find a paper towel. I don't like that doing like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on. So next up, I have this piece of scrap, if I can still find it. That is about 1/2 inches by 8 inches. I think I'm going to cut this down just a little bit more. think I'm going to cut down to 1 1/4 inches. See how that goes. I think that's good. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some scissors. And I'm going to fussy cut some blades of grass here. I know I do have a grass border die, but I think this would do better because that grass border die actually is not 8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do like so here, all the way down. Channeling my inner child. And now I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down. Not quite centered, but it'll be okay, I'm sure. Gonna ruffle these up some. Burnish that down just a little more. I'll get the scraper to do that. And now what we're going to do is put some finishing touches on by getting a 5/8 inch punch. Punching out a few circles. About 7 circles here. We're just going to randomly place them along on this cardstock here. Or if you want to, you could build like a, have this be blue and build like some clouds in the sun or whatever. I'm just, you know, randomly doing stuff here. And then I'll tell you what you could also do. If you wanted to put a picture on here, you can mat it, like cut down to the size you want, and then, you know, mat it. As long as it's not quite 4x6, I think you do good. But basically, you know, we're just going to put these little things randomly around. And you got the idea, I'm sure now. This is how to make your own scrapboard using scraps. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm going to finish this off a little later, possibly. Put a couple more elements on here and post it on Instagram. So, I hope you all have a great day. Make sure to check out the other collaborators listed down below in this description box. Hope to see y'all again soon. Bye.